Greetings, Masandawana. We are back with the part two of the 2023-2024 season preview. And in this part, we'll be talking about all the cup competitions that Sundowns will be partaking in this season. As you may know that there will be an additional 2 trophies on offer for us this season. So in total, we'll be taking part in 6 tournaments. And yeah, as I said, there's a lot to play for. Perhaps, how's it?
I'm not a joiner.
But there's a mistake that we made for part one. There's a player that we didn't talk about when you're talking about players that we think should leave Mamelodi Sundowns. The South American Savreda. I don't think there's a reason for us to keep that guy. Man. I think, yeah, he should be shown the door, man. He's not offered us anything, if we've been honest. Do you agree or disagree?
I think I agree because of he has been here in Sundowns for 2 seasons and he hasn't offered us something. And you look at the amount of games that he played for a player. Elogeneking comes from a foreign country. I think we expected more from him, and also it's a waste in terms of the a foreigner spot in our team because of we only have 5 spots, and for him to have a spot where else he didn't even play, I think 50% of our games. So it shows as a player, I think Elena Wabon maybe there's no future here, and also he spends more time at Alimeta out. So I think we should just remove Isenji.
You're being way too generous, 50%. I don't think that guy even played 20% that he gave me since he got to Sundowns, man. So there's absolutely no need for us to keep that guy. He's one of those. Interestingly, I went to the club website and I picked up he doesn't appear on the list of our players. Not just him. There are players who are still at the club that don't appear. I can't remember who's the player that I didn't see there, but I know he's still with the squad or vice versa. Yeah. Perhaps let's get on with part two. As I said, we'll be talking about the cup competitions that we'll be taking part in this season. It's the MTN 8, the Carling Black Label Cup this season. It won't be a 14 tournament. It's a proper cup competition. It replaced what used to be the Telkom knockout. Then you have the Super League, the Nedbank Cup, the League, and the Champions League. Out of all these 6, which one or ones do you think we will win? Oh, no, not how many?
I think between 2 and 3.
Oh, shit. We've gone from winning trophies 3. Now we're winning 2 and 1. Now what? We need to be winning 3 or more, guys.
You look at the amount of games that you're going to play and how other teams have beefed their squad. So it looks like it's going to be a very competitive season. So the Pirates did want to repeat what happened last season, win a trophy or 2, and also look at the Super Sport squad. And also, Chiefs Leona, they want to win a trophy because of, I listened to Jessica Mdong saying that as a team, they want to win and be competitive again. So I think between 2 and 3, I think we'll get the trophies.
We shall see. Perhaps apart from the 6 cups that we'll be involved in, there's also a matter of the African Nations Cup, January. What impact will it have in our season when you take into consideration? Yes, last season there was the World Cup at some point during the course of the season, but it didn't affect us that much. It actually gave us a chance to rest. Because we had 0 players participating in the World Cup. Come AFCON, a lot of our players are definitely going to make the squad because we are the best team in South Africa. And that means they'll play the games and stuff like that. What impact do you think this African Nations Cup will have in our season?
I think, first of all, there are chances that it might affect us because of maybe it might disturb our momentum in the league, and maybe it might be they decide how we'll perform, and maybe it will affect the outcome of our season as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to make things tricky for us. Having a lot of players go to if there is such a good team, this thing here, Sundowns, it's a gift and a curse being this good, man. Because if we're not so good, it would mean some of our players, a majority of them don't get selected, and then the technical team is able to work on things that they were not happy with during the first half of the season. But it means or no, they won't be able to work with the players. So you just hope and pray or one it doesn't affect us in a negative way, and our players don't suffer into the injury. Because of these cups that we'll be playing, participating in, there's so much of them cups. And when one thinks of the cup, you think, well, is it really possible to manage the squad? By manage, I mean give rest to your regulars, play fringe players, and then still get the results? Or does it have the consequence into managing the squad? I think it does. I think it takes away the fluidity and amongst the players. Last season, Coach Ulan would say he would take long or not even make substitutions. And then at any post-match interview, he'd say he wanted the team to suffer together, With changing of the players, it means, the player they build telepathy, man. Shika had ball. He knows the type of run that Shalu will make, Honwen ha tshwara ball, he knows the run that he Shalvile will make if he needs to play a long ball to him. The center backs, they build relationship. Tebza builds relationship with the guys behind him. So there's trust among those players. And then once you fiddle with it, it takes away a lot of things. And do you think it's possible to manage squad and not suffer the consequences?
I think it is not. I think it is not possible. I think we'll obviously suffer the consequences, but it will depend how severe are the consequences. But I think in this current season, I think it will be under the certain circumstances, because of we'll be playing too many cup competitions, and we want to avoid the knocks, because of sometimes you are forced to rest certain players because of the amount of games that they have played and how games fast thing. So I think it will definitely affect us. I understand that the more players they play together, it is the more they develop or build the chemistry and understanding amongst themselves. But sometimes you'll be forced to make changes, like it or not.
So as much as we want to win all 6 cups, we need to understand, or we might have to sacrifice that. We might have to pick and choose. And yeah, get a lot tiring because you thinking or no, you picking the Super League. Can they net Telkom win, and then we're now focused on. So yeah, but the sad reality is we can't have these players play close to over 55 games and without rest. And then you take into account that there's also the AFCON during the course of the season. So it would be really difficult. Let's start with the MTN 8 drops. Who do you think will win it? Now, I am going to say something. The first 2 tournaments, the Sundowns supporters are not going to be happy with it, because our fan base wants us to win everything, but it's impossible, guys. I think Pirates will defend this cup. I think they've done really, really well in the transfer market. You can't hate on how Pirates have done. They have improved their squad. Even though there's a position where I still think they lack, but I think they've improved their squad and they will do well. And the mere fact that last season they won 2 trophies and they won the Nedbank Cup, the last cup, the season. It changes, winning cups, man. It changes the mood in your camp. So that momentum, that we need to go again, gents. We've done well. What do you call this? Last season, we won a cup, we won 2 cups. So let's start like that. And again, another thing, that's the only way what Holland bonus got in. So that the motivation or season has started. So I think they will win. They will defend the MCN 8 set. You?
I think Sundowns will win it. I think it looks like we had a good preseason, and it looks like everyone is ready and fit. And you know that MTN 8 is that cup competition that starts early in the league, so early in the season. So I think based on the preseason that we had and how ready we are, I think we stand a chance of winning it. So I'll go with Sundowns.
Yes, Lena, I really want us to win this cup. Rapelang, any cup that's on offer, I want us to win it. No matter how small or plastic, I want us to win it. And the nice thing about this cup, it builds momentum for your season. Like you win and Majida Aba relaxed. Okay, we already have one in the bag. So yeah, it would be nice to win it. But like I said, I think the guys by Soweto, Orlando will take it. The Nedbank Cup will be followed by the MTN 8 will be followed by the Culling Black Label. Do you think we'll win the Culling Black Label? Nah, again, like I said when I started the MTN, I do not think we will win the Culling Black Label. Reason being, Corey, it will clash. Schedule 7 will clash the CAF Super League, and I think that's where our focus will be. Mind you, it will be the league, Culling Black Label, CAF Super League, Ghana go A1. So it's really impossible to give all three the same attention. You're asking for your players to break down by come midway year season. So I think we will not win this cup because of those reasons. And yeah, as much as Pirates will also be focusing on the league Champions League, Leonardo Culling Black Label, I don't think will win it, and I think Pirates will win this cup again. You?
Based on the reasons that you have mentioned, or it comes in a period whereby we'll be playing, I think, the league, the Super Cup. So I think it will be difficult for us to win it. But I think the motivation will be that the format of this competition has changed from a 4-team competition to a 16-team competition. So Mamelodi Sundowns, as a team that is adventurous and that wants to win, I think that will drive them so that they want to win it, because of we'll be the first team to win it as a 16-team tournament. But it will be very difficult, and I don't see us winning it.
Who's winning it?
I think it will go to a team that is least expected. I think
what Chiefs is off, because Chiefs, nobody thinks of Chiefs will win anything. Like those small teams will, like I said, Chiefs and others, ne?
There's a small team, there's a smaller team. Chiefs, they're in that category of smaller team. So I guess smaller teams, you will go Swallows or maybe Super Sport or Amazon.
Chiefs fans who are going to watch this, they are going to come from us on social media. You're going to tell us about the number of fans that we have, 217 fans that we have, that we can fill the stadium and stuff like that. And then there's a trophy, a cup competition, a new one. Yeah, careful. The Super League. Honestly speaking, Rapelang, I think there are LFAs that are better managed and run better than this association called CAF. I think the mess that is happening there in Cairo, man, our tournament is started. The season is starting in a week. Yeah, the South African Premier League starting in a week. And league is across the world. There's a new tournament, but we don't know anything about this tournament. You don't know how is it gonna be structured. Like all you know is that there's gonna be a lot of money that's gonna come with this tournament. Like if you win it, your players are set. But apart from that, there's no information. And like, it's uh, they tried forcing this tournament in Europe, and a majority of the Yanks, American owners who own Premier League teams, they were for it. Le kana ke mang madala o le wa club e supportang Madrid.
Ancelotti.
No man, not
Perez.
the president. Yeah, Florentino. Yeah,
Perez.
yeah, they were for it, but a lot of teams were against it. So now Infantino we are in control Europe. To experiment ka rona mo the best friend ya high the president ya CAF, but you it's so disheartening when tournament. Who do you think is going to win this?
I think it will be a team, I think, from the north. I think they would want to win it. Now, as a fan, I'm not interested in this cup competition, but I think because of the financial part, I think it might drive the players to win it. Because if you look at the prize money, I think the fans did want to win it, and also during the week you mentioned that maybe because of this less pressure, maybe it might win it. But now as a fan, I'm not interested in this cup competition, and I think in two or three seasons time, I think this cup won't be there. Or if there's a new president in the next term, I don't think we also want this competition to continue.
Hey. Yeah, no, it's that tournament is a mess, man. It's really frustrating that way a tournament is. I actually think we will win it, like you said, because when we spoke during the week, I said the mere fact that there's no pressure already. We need to win it like the CAF Champions League. I think we would want to be the first team to win it, and I think we'll do well in it. I don't know why, but I actually think we will do well in this tournament. I actually remember when we got knocked out against Wydad after a game. Pizzere said, I was standing with Pizzere, and he said, "We are never winning this cup competition." And I said to him, I actually think we will win the Super League before we win the Champions League. So I think we will win it. And then there's the FA Cup, the Nedbank Cup, perhaps. Pirates came to clock up like they did with the MTN 8. They went through our trophy cabinet and left with it. Are we fetching it back from Houghton, or who's winning it?
I think Pirates will win it, or it will go to Sundowns. Mainly because of it is not like MTN 8 where you play 4 games, then you are the champions. I think you also need to be a little bit consistent, and also the benefits that comes with winning that tournament. When you win it, you are going to represent the country in the continental stage. So I think a team like Sundowns or Pirates, I think they are most likely to win it.
Going to represent your country in the continent by winning that tournament has nothing to do with us. We don't focus on the low hanging fruits. We go for the big things like the CAF Champions League. So yeah, the other 15 teams, but if they want to, because now our route, yeah, careful, one win a league. That's it. I think because as much as I'd want us to win it, but the fact that it comes through towards the tail end of the season, I think by then our focus, there'll be a lot to play for the league, and I think the gap year league will be close, and it won't give us that room to experiment the league games, So I think because of that, we'll be focusing on the league and the Champions League. I think Super Sport. Gavin is assembling quite a good squad there by SuperSport, and I don't think he will finish the season empty-handed. So I think I will give it to Gavin. And then there's that trophy ups that we've won 6 years in a row, the most important domestic trophy, which is the Premiership. Premiership is a marathon. It's one of the cup competitions. It's the best and the most difficult tournament to win. I'm not sure if by calling it a tournament is the right word, but yeah, I think we will win it. Reason being, there are a lot of factors, man, that I look at when I think of the league. I think Pirates will be our closest competitors, né? But like I said earlier on, as much as they're assembling a very good squad, a really, really good squad, a squad that gives you hope if you will Bagania, But they do not have someone like Shalulile, someone that they can say, we know 20 goals, we know we guaranteed 20 goals from this guy this season, So they have a lot of good creative players. I won't take that away from them. They will get the goal from them. But for the league, man, you need someone that you can rely on. The goal. And you look at the league in the last 3 seasons, 2021, Amazulu, the gap between Ronaldo, they came second, was 13 points. The following season, 21-22, the gap between us and Cape Town City, who were number 2, was 16 points. Last season, the gap between Ronaldo Pirates, 2022-23, was 16 points. You don't close gap here that much, over a dozen points in one season in J. Maybe it will drop to single figures, the gap this coming season. And all these teams, this will end in between the last 3 seasons, they've not gone above until 55 points. We've gone 65, and we've set benchmark 70 last season. Can these teams reach 60 points? I doubt it. I really doubt it. I know Sundowns will reach 60 points. Then another thing is the experience. As good as squad that Pirates have, but with 5 games to go, same number of points with Sundowns, the pressure, will they be able to handle it? Because now we have boys that are experienced. Got 5 games to go. I can bet when everything that I have and say Sundowns will win the league because they know how to win it, how to manage games, how to play ugly and still win a game. Can those guys do it? I doubt they can. Hence, I'm going for Sundowns to win it. You?
Yeah, and I think we are definitely defending the DStv Premiership. I think we have what it takes to win it. And you spoke about the experience. We have been there before. We have won it 6 times. So there's no reason to doubt that we are going to win it for the 7th time. So I think we are winning it, as much as it won't be easy because of certain teams have beefed their squad and certain teams did want to compete and challenge Mamelodi Sundowns. And also, I don't think we'll win it with 7 games to spare like we did previously. So I think Mangete said it will go to the wire, but I think maybe towards game week 27, I think we'll win it around that period. And speaking about Pirates not having a number 9 that has proven to score goals in a season, for the week I've been thinking maybe Pirates will play differently without the striker. Maybe they'll play with a false nine or not because of they've went to a pre-season without a number nine that has scored a lot of goals and that has proven to be a very deadly striker. Maybe they play slightly different because of you look at Pep before he had Haaland and when that former Argentine striker Aguero was not playing a lot of games. They played without a number nine and it worked out. So I don't know Pirates their plans, but maybe they are going to adopt that and play without the number nine. But we'll see because of this. Also, evidence Mohopa, if he's given a chance, I think he's the one that can score maybe plus or 10 goals in a DStv Premiership.
Yeah, no, I hear you can playing maybe a false nine and the 10 is gonna scoring. The thing is, yes, the 10 will score, ne? Maybe among 3, among 5 and stuff like that. The same will be done by the creative players for Sundowns. And then Sundowns still has that guy that will win you game. Shadulo will win you game. You can play ugly and still win game. And another thing, pressure the league is that if Sundowns doesn't win the league next season, yes, and stuff like that. But I have a pressure here, Pirates in Alinion. If with 5 games to go, the supporters, people are desperate for someone to end this Rania Sundowns that is heading towards 10 straight premierships. So there's not much pressure in a way you go Sundowns. Let's talk about the one tournament that has broken my heart more than any other girl. The CAF Champions League. Are we winning it?
I don't want to be negative, but man, I don't think we'll win that trophy, man. I think last season was our best chance to win this trophy, man. I don't think we'll win it. But I want the team maybe to prove me wrong or surprise me as a fan. But going to the season, I don't have high expectation and my hopes are not high because of we have failed for a couple of seasons and we have reached a stage where we believe here we are gunning for the CAF trophy, but we have failed. So I don't think we'll win it, man.
Last season I said when we did the preview, and I've been a Liverpool supporter since early 2000s, since my early high schooling days. I think around 2000 or 2001. So that's close to 23 years. And Liverpool has only won the league once since I started supporting them. But every season when it started, I would say this season is our season to win the Premiership. This season, I will do the same. That's Sundowns when it comes to the CAF Champions League. I will always predict Sundowns to win the CAF Champions League before the start of each and every season. I think this season, I'm predicting Sundowns to do so. I think the game, man, it's Balia. Maybe cherry on top. Yeah, winning the CAF Champions League next season is that it takes us to the 2025 Club World Cup, a different format. There are 32 teams, and I think Sundowns would want to be there, man. I mean, Ali and Wydad have already booked their place there, and it would be sad we are not there when we've been competing with these guys. Yes, we've not won the Champions League in recent years, but we've been beating these guys. We've showed how good we are. So I really want us to go to the Club World Cup, and I really want us to have that second star on top of our crest. I think last season, perhaps, if we're being honest, Sundowns played some of the best football that I can remember seeing Sundowns. I mean, I fell in love with Sundowns Ganako, the generation of Fetumba and Fire and King Charlie. And I used to think this is some of the best football I've ever seen, But this Sundowns team, yeah, last season, man, they played some bolo in a yeah, man. So it was beautiful football. And remember, we didn't lose a single game in the Champions League last season, So we are knocked out without losing a game. And I think we'll win it. We improved last season. We went from a quarterfinal to getting knocked out in the semi-final. So I think we will win it.
Yeah, and I think we did very well last season. I think considering that there were a couple of changes within the team, and we went to Egypt where we played Al Ali. We played 2-2, and we were brave for a team that is playing away and playing against the top side. They came here in South Africa and we beat them 5-2 or 5-3. So I think the group stages, we know that we'll perform well and we'll progress to the next stage. And on the knockout, I think quarterfinals, we beat CR Belouizdad that we did also well away. But I don't know what it will take for us to win this trophy. Man. If you do that very well and you still fail to win it, I don't know what it will take this season for us to win it, because of last season, everyone expected us to win the CAF based on how we were brave, how we did well against the North African side. Because of, honestly, as Sundowns, you are only competing against the guys from the North. And when you do very well against them in the group stages, you think, I think this is my time. We stand a chance of winning it, because of we have shown in the group stages that we can beat this guy. As much as the group stages and the knockout stages are different, it's a different ball game, and also team, they get motivated. The likes of Al Ahly, they might struggle in the group stages, but come to the knockout stages, they're different teams. So I think for Mamelodi Sundowns, how we did well last season and we still failed to win it or reach the final. And also take away the Ongolia Young Vala, how we failed to beat with that in the second leg. I think having the advantage or having that luck to not concede a goal when we were playing against with that in the first leg, when we were 2 men down, I think that should have set the tone that we should win the second leg at all costs, because of in history, I think there are not a lot of teams that play 2 men down and still don't concede. I think for us, man, we're lucky, but I think we've earned the result not to concede. But I mean, it will be tough for us to win it, man. And also, the more Al Ahly win this trophy, the more they want to do it again. It is similar to us winning the DStv Premiership. The more we win it, it is the more we get better in the league, and the more we want to win it again and again and again. Same applies to Al Ahly. The more they win it, it is the more they want to win it in the following season.
I disagree with you, ka luck, ka game ya way that. I think tactics helped us for Joa gaming. I don't think it was luck. I actually think we lacked luck, and that's the only thing that's stopping us from winning this tournament. Luck, like a bit of luck. That's all we need, and hopefully next season, luck will be on our side, man. Or may the football gods be with us, man. Like, I want us to win this cup, ups, man. But yeah, that's it, Wasandawana. That's your preview. Yeah, the forthcoming season, the longest season that we're going to have in Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club history. A season where we have a chance to win 6 trophies, and yeah, hopefully we win a majority of those. And yeah, thank you for your support, guys. Last season, please keep on supporting us and help us grow this YouTube channel. And yeah, comment your predictions the forthcoming season. Which trophies do you think we will win? Next time you see us will be on Thursday, when we bring you the preview of our season opener as we travel to Limpopo, Polokwane to take on Sikukune on Friday, the 4th of August. Until then, sharp Masandawana, sharp Dogi.
Sharp Aizu.